So good. Have you noticed? You never really walk into a bar and order Bisleri on the rocks. And much the same way, you never really walk into a Ford dealership to order a Figo Petrol. Because their diesel was so damn good. That now, ladies and gentlemen, stands to change. I really mean it. You can now literally walk into a Ford dealership and order a Bisleri. I mean, a Petrol. Because the Figo is now back, and is back with a heart transplant. The old 4-cylinder, 4-valve heart was at risk, so it now comes with a new 3-cylinder heart with less arteries that pumps out more blood, which pumps out more power. Okay, forget about this analogy altogether. All you need to know for clicking into this video is, welcome to PowerDrift, my name is Sten Hart. Now all you really need to know for clicking into this video is that Ford now has a petrol engine, an all new one that gets plonked in this Figo. This is not a Figo. This is a Figo-like looking car. All you need to know for clicking into this video is, welcome to PowerDrift, my name is Freestyle, and this is, just take a look at the car. The car, Ford Freestyle, now comes with a new petrol engine making close to 100 horses, which means 10 more than before. It is now not as underpowered, it is more frugal and promises 19 kilometers to a liter while producing 8 more Newton meters of torque. Look at it! The Ford Freestyle is a Figo that loves playing it dirty. But if that doesn't sound right, then let's just say the Freestyle is a Figo that has paid a visit to Decathlon. And from the store, it has bought itself some body cladding. Of course, a sportier dark front grille, a new front bumper with half a goatee, and a reprofiled rear bumper. Some hiking gear has also been ordered because, well, the car now gets jacked up suspension, raising the ground clearance to 190 millimeters. New gunmetal colored 15-inch alloy wheels, 185 cross section by 60, so tires which are now wider and taller. That's a lot of shopping, and if you buy so much at any store, you're bound to get a discount. And you do. Out here come complimentary roof rails that can carry up to 50 kgs of stuff. It's the real deal. I say that because when you put stuff on the roof like bicycles, it makes the car tall, helping it topple. Not in this case, because this car gets help from a safety feature called ARP, anti-rollover protection, which is a feature that we should quite honestly speak about when driving the car, which means let's get inside. Now that we are on the inside, but before we drive away, it's time for a short prayer. Our dearly Father in heaven, to Thee I pray, thank you for giving us all a touch screen in the Freestyle and for showing us the way. By way, I don't just mean this compass here, but this reverse parking camera, crisp and clear, nicely integrated in the 6.5-inch touchscreen, which is now your window to Microsoft Sync 3. Your window to Microsoft Sync 3. You see what I did there? It also comes equipped with Apple Auto Android CarPlay. Apple. The cabin now has better build quality, the AC is more powerful. Ford says it chills the cabin from 50 degrees to 25 degrees in just 10 minutes. Features wise, you get automatic headlamps, automatic wipers, and space wise, well, the interior space is the same. Boot space is also the same. The seats are the same, but they have new seat covers. Now, if we are done with our prayer, it's time to hit the engine start-stop button and drive away. Alright, if we are going to drive the Freestyle, then we might as well just jump into the crux of the matter, or the heart of the matter, which is its new heart, which is the 3-cylinder petrol engine. Now, a 3-cylinder petrol engine is never going to be as smooth as a 4-cylinder petrol engine, obviously. But this one does a great job at being a smooth engine, and does that without having a counterbalancer shaft. So some bit of engineering wizardry going on there for Ford. Apart from that, well, it's also a very free revving engine. It pulls harder than the earlier engine, all the way to 7,000 or 6,800 RPM, which is then the red line to be precise. The top end is very exciting in this. Mid-range or low end is not as much, but then you would end up requiring a turbo if you want more power there. The transmission that is coupled to the engine is also a new transmission. It's 15% lighter than the earlier gearbox and uses less oil. That's of no concern to us. Now, the clutch action here is very well suited for city driving conditions because the clutch is very light, yet it does have feel and feedback to it. If I am to complain about anything right now at this very instance, then it would be the long clutch travel. Braking is fantastic. In fact, braking is supreme. You can literally stop to the T or on the dime, and the fact that tires are pushed apart, that they are fatter or wider or taller, the retuned suspension, the new gearbox, the new engine, great brakes, nice clutch action, all of these things together ensure that the driving pleasure that Ford cars still promise you is intact in the Freestyle. ARP, which is anti-rollover protection that we mentioned earlier, it's time to talk about it again. Essentially, it's a great handy safety feature to have. If the car detects or assesses a rollover situation, it is going to individually brake wheels to different degrees, and or it's also going to cut engine torque. So it's a first in this segment, an awesome feature to have when you drive the Freestyle in a little bit of a mushy sandy area. That's when it will be easier to trigger the ARP and you will feel it. Now there's another feature that is a segment first, which is hill climb assist feature that you have. A car that has roof rails, one might argue, also needs hill assist feature. The Freestyle gets that. I might come across as a shocker, but I'm going to say it right now, sitting in this seat, that the Freestyle, the car, is more fun to drive than the Figo itself. There, I said it. I've said it. So a thin crust of stiffness, and beyond that, good, supple, soft ride quality is what you will have in the Freestyle. All in all, it is a car that you'll be able to use in the city, and it's a car that you will have great fun going on your tours and adventure. All said and done, where does that put the Freestyle? Quite off the charts, actually. Time to put things together, and to do that, we got to talk of the price. But let's keep the price thing for the end. Let's talk of the claim that Ford makes with the Freestyle, that it's going to be 20% cheaper to maintain than its competition cars like the Hyundai i20 Active, Fiat Aventura, Etios Cross. Aventura now gets called by the name of Urban Cross, by the way. That its service interval is once every year or once every 10,000 kilometers, which is significantly lower than the competition cars again. Or that in its 5th year, the Freestyle, Ford told me, would cost just 6,000 rupees for a service. Now, if this is going to be a true story, then this is going to be a great buy.